Welcome to another episode of Insta Chat with a Journalist. Today, my guest is called NuTown Soul. So, we'll be chatting about his career, um, what he's all about, how long he's been in the industry, and so on and so forth. It should be an interesting interview. So, yeah, man, thanks for tuning in. Kolani, how are you, sir? Haven't seen you in a long time. You were my classmate my first year. My first year as a journalism student there by Rosebank College. So Kolani is exposing me. So they used to call me Crazy Pants. Yeah, because I used to hang my pants really low. Kolani, you'll be interested to know that I still wear my pants low, bro. Uh, yeah, I hope you're good, Kolani, man. It's been a long time. I think I haven't seen you in like over 10 years, so that's crazy. But anyway, man, shout out to you for watching, Kolani. Hey, NuTown Soul, how are you, bro?
My brother, I'm cool, and you?
I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed, man. I was just saying hi to an old classmate of mine. So, but yeah. Anyway, I'm glad you joined us, man. NuTown Soul,
Nice one, my brother.
real name Tshepo, and
Diseko.
yeah, Tshepo Diseko,
Yes,
and
sir.
you're a vocalist. You slash producer. You're an artist, and you're a singer. Uh, you,
Yes,
you
sir.
you serenade people with your music, man.
I
Um,
try, I try, my brother.
yeah, yeah. So, thanks for being part of this chat whereby, on Instagram every now and then I just chat to some of my, favorite people in the house space, people that are doing amazing things. And, we
So,
just chatting.
does that make me one of your favorites then?
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Wow, wow. Thanks, man.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, man, you know what? Let me not talk too much. First question, bro. Can you just introduce yourself and just tell
Yeah.
us, what you're all about, man?
Okay. First name Kitsepo, last name Diseko. As you said, I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, slash DJ. I think the only thing I can't do is dance, so we'll skip that one. I was born and raised ko Soweto, ko Mufulwa. And yeah, man, that's what I do. Music is my passion. Yeah.
Yeah, man, and I understand your name. Newtown has something to do with Soweto. How does that? How did the name come about?
With the name, ne? I was trying to come up with something new, you know? And then within the soul fraternity. Remember Newtown? Newtown, that's where everyone, it was the hub of the music, You'd go there, you'd go to Boma baseline, kippies, you'd find the legends. That's where you'd always find them.
Mm.
And then I said to myself, you know what? I'm trying to come up with something new, but at the same time capture the spirit that's always been there. That's where the name Newtown Soul came about.
Oh, okay. Interesting
Yeah.
stuff. Interesting stuff, man. So, I think the first time I heard of you was a few years ago. You had collaborated with is it the Rhythm Sessions,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
on a track, yeah, and
Sure.
I even wrote about it. So you
Yeah.
you, you collaborate with obviously other artists as well. What is the importance of collaboration for you?
My brother, I think those are the building blocks of being a good musician. Because it in a way it takes you out of your comfort zone, because when you are locked up there in your studio all by yourself, everything sounds nice, everything is perfect. but you get that extra ear, that fresh ear that gives you a different perspective. Like just those small tweaks, like with me, like let's say for instance with the rhythm sessions, they actually help me find my true sound, because in a way I was challenged to go even beyond my threshold, and like for me, like there's a team, a close team that I work with. There's a sound guy called Superworks. There's NuTown Soul. He plays keys because I do play, but sometimes having someone else with a fresh ear, with a fresh sound, it actually grows you as a musician because you don't get to produce those stagnant sounds. So being within a team setup is quite awesome, and collaborating, like even now there's a single that we released with artwork. It's called Time Is Now. It's doing awesome. It was number one on the Traxsource chart like a week ago, which is awesome. And mind you, it would have been so difficult to crack that being by myself, but then collaborating, it always pulls you, it brings the best in you, because when you are alone you think that this is the best, I can't go beyond this, but guess what, get someone else, he or she will tell you, no, you know what, just drop this notch a bit, and then that's the magic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I hear you, man, and I understand. So you guys were number one on Traxsource last week. That's big, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's awesome, my brother.
Okay, so what does this mean for you internationally? Like, what are your plans with your music with the international audience?
It's nice because it's opening doors. Like currently with this pandemic going on, it's I won't lie, it's bad socially, it's bad financially. But music wise, these are exciting times because everyone is stuck at their homes. All they can do is to watch the telly. They browse their phones, and what do they come across? They come across your music, even the international guys. Because I remember last week, I released a single last week Friday. It's called "That's Why We Pray," and one lady who owns a record label from the US had me on her June chart. It's because everyone is getting is being made aware, you know and even the international guys, you get messages, inboxes, my brother, can we do this, how about we try this, it's opening doors. And I think that's the power of technology as well, because without it we would have been having such a backlog. So I can say everything is looking up, music
Okay.
wise, that is. Yeah.
Yeah, so people are inboxing you, record labels are hitting you up. Are you signed? I noticed that you're, for that new single that you just dropped, the
Yes, sir.
artwork has a lot of it looks has the same design as Stay True Sounds.
Yeah.
So is there a collaboration there?
No, not really. I
Yeah.
just fell in love with the designer's work. I'm a simple guy, and his work is so simple, but it speaks volumes. So I gave him a shout through a friend of mine called Dave Reason, and then he came through and then helped me with the artwork. And currently I'm not signed. I just collaborate with the rhythm sessions because I could easily release the music on my own, but having an extra pair of hands helping with marketing, pushing those buttons, it allows me to focus on the craft, and leave everything else to other guys.
Okay, so you're an independent artist. Are you looking at
Yes, sir.
signing anytime soon, or do you vision yourself just going indie all the way?
I think it's a matter of time. I think if a good deal comes about, and it's always an artist dream to have a big signing, to have a big record company signing you. And if the deal is right, the plan, the vision is right, then why not, because I can always do some other projects aside from mine independently, and then help uplift the community. There are a lot of coming up artists who are awesome at what they're doing, so that would be awesome to have a record company, a major one at that sign you. I'd go for that if the deal is correct. Yeah.
Look, man, the universe is listening, man. So I'm just gonna ask you, bro, which record label would be ideal for you? You'll never know,
Oh, to be quite honest, I haven't put too much thought to that, to be quite honest, I haven't. But mostly it would be with people that are doing mostly what I'm doing, because it would be we'd be sharing the same energy, the same vision, So we wouldn't be pulling too far apart, So there are quite a lot of record companies, labels. I'd be lying if I can pinpoint one. Like, I can't. Like, there's many. There's quite a few that I would jump for.
Okay,
So
no.
let me not close any doors, by mentioning one. You see?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Yeah, sure.
Good answer, bro. Good answer, And
Thanks.
just looking at your name, someone would assume that you're a R&B soulful guy. But the tracks that I've heard that you're on is quite house music. So what would you say is your sound?
My sound is purely soul, Anything that has to do with soul music. You'd come and ask me to rock an Afro soul thing, I'd do that, The direction of Afro traction, I'd do that, because it involves a lot of soul, I'm a soul singer. And mostly it's just that I fell in love with house music from a young age, And it's in a way it's quite funny, because there's a record label that I worked with called Blazabu Records. I think it was the first record label that I got to work with around 2005. When I got introduced to them, I went there with a cassette, a demo cassette, and the name of the song in there was called Pray. It
Pray.
was a house song. Yeah, but it was a house song. So I've always been in love with house music, but I'm easy with doing anything else other than strictly house music.
That's interesting, and and your new song also has the word pray. So tell us about that. So you love praying, man.
I think I'm fortunate to be praying at the right time, because I think we all need some prayer right now. And with that song, like, someone asked me last, like, what was the inspiration behind the song? I was like, my friend, to be quite honest, it's not even, it was not even inspiration. It was a testimony, because I simply looked around, because I feel that we sometimes overlook things that are important, I told myself, I looked around, that everything is crumbling down, everything is going downside, but I'm still alive, I checked my family, I checked how I'm living. I'm not the wealthiest guy. I'm not even wealthy, but my life is where I'd say I'm comfortable, And sometimes we overlook those things, and we need to pray and thank God for blessing us with those things,
Oh no, I
Yeah,
hear you,
so
man.
yeah,
I hear you, and now we're living through difficult times. Artists are not getting
true,
gigs.
true,
Um, it's tough to make money in the industry if your songs are not,
true,
being frequent on radio. So what would you
true.
say artists can do to survive in the meantime?
I think we need to plant seeds, because someone told me that the day you plant a seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Maybe this is a perfect time for us to close ourselves in our studios, not even only musicians, painting artists, any artist, for that matter. Because where we work with people. We need to interact socially, but for now we can't, just to keep safe. So I think this is the time for us to focus on our crafts, improve on those aspects that are lacking, and then the right time will come. We will reap the rewards, my brother. I mean, even with royalties, you only get paid twice a year, So I think this is the time to focus on that, make sure that our music is being played on the radio, and then just believing that this whole thing will just pass.
No, man, I hear you, and that's good, solid advice, and if you can do those internet shows, you can do those internet shows. And shout out to you
True.
because I know you'll be joining us on the Live on Soul movement.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll be
This,
rocking that one.
yeah, this coming Sunday. So, who are you
Yeah.
gonna be DJing? Are you gonna be singing? How you?
No, I'll be singing. I'll be singing. This is the time for singing, because we don't get a lot of opportunities to sing, I DJ, but you know what? I think especially with the release of my single and the release that I did with Artwork, because those are the songs that are currently doing the rounds right now, it would only make sense for me to perform other than DJ, because people need to feel the energy behind the lyrics, the melody, so that would be a perfect platform for me to showcase such.
And then when you do DJ, what type of music do you play?
I play mostly soul, a bit of deep, deep that is musical, vocal. Yeah, that's what I play.
Yeah. I was doing a bit of research about you, and then it said that on the internet that you are inspired by Louie Vega, Incognito,
Yes, sir.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. So those are different artists, man.
Yes, sir.
But they influence your sound. So
Yes,
I
sir.
looking at people today, like obviously those are old school people, but looking at the people today that are artists, who do you think are really talented that are on the scene right now?
Wow, there's plenty, my guy. Like I won't even go abroad. Like locally, I won't lie. These are good times for local producers. Not only on the house scene, but while we are pushing the ticket on the house scene like lately. But there's plenty, especially local. You get the likes of Afro Traction. He's well renowned, and the brother that I work with called Mo Soul, he'll be dropping his EP sometime soon. He's quite awesome. He's amazing, There's quite a lot. It's a long list, and that's with me. I don't segregate, When music is good, I give it a listen. I appreciate it, You get the likes of Tony Momrel. Tony Momrel is awesome. He's a bit old school, but he's current. That's the thing. He's current, and even when you look at Louie Vega himself, he's always been relevant, So that shows you the power that he possesses and the passion that he has, the respect that he has for music, Because some wise guy, funny enough, that was in a cartoon thing playing on TV. That cartoon said music is a responsibility, Music is not just fun, It is fun, but there's an element of responsibility, because sometimes what we say is what people take, what kids
Yeah.
run with, So there's quite a lot of talented people. Like it's amazing. You get the likes of Ayanda Gia, she's awesome. You get the like Artwork, George Leslie, Soultronics. Those guys are amazing. You get a vocalist, WL Green. Those guys are just world class. Like they deserve to be on the world stage.
Wow, man.
And just naming a few, I can go on for 30 or so minutes, breaking it down. But let's just keep it at those.
It's interesting that you're not mentioning Amapiano or Gqom. Uh,
Well, no, you know what? Hence, I said that I don't, I don't seclude any genre. You know, I'm not genre specific. You know,
mm,
I'm a piano are awesome. Like I'm a musician, my brother. You know, above any other thing. You know,
mm,
and I was telling a friend some time ago that, you know what, let's just be honest, especially with the direction that Amapiano is taking currently.
mm,
Those guys, it's like we need to be proud of that. It's like Niger music, you
mm,
know, but this is our own. You know, we own it, and it's fresh, it's new, it's still in its infancy stage, but
mm,
it's making inroads. You know,
mm,
so like honestly, the Scorpion Kings, you need to take your head off to those guys. You know,
mm.
and it's not only them. There's plenty of guys. You get DJ Stokie, who's been pushing this gospel, yeah, Amapiano for quite some time, you know.
Mm.
And you just need to give a shout out and much respect to those guys.
Okay, dope, man. Shout out to Chantel for watching. Shes, Thomas, Cassie Girl. Just want to greet everybody that's watching right now. Panda. Yeah, you know, Yaya. So, moving on. Would you do like an Amapiano song?
I would, I would actually,
Mm,
with my own little taste, you know, but I would because if Thandiswa Mazwai, who's well renowned, can do a my piano song, who am I not to do one, you know?
mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. You know, and it's interesting, and I always ask my guests these questions because in South Africa there's a culture of comparing, like, genres like
sure,
Gqom,
true, true,
Amapiano and all that. So it's
true,
interesting for me to just, hear what the artists are also thinking and where their space is at, you know.
true, true,
The house culture is very interesting, in my opinion. And I
sure.
think there's a couple of rules, things that we need to discuss, you know. And
Yeah,
one of them being, when you play, when a DJ plays, because you also play, right? There's
yes,
always a
sir.
debate of, like, before it was USB versus CDs or vinyls. Now
Yeah,
it's a debate about softwares and people just pressing sync, and the song
sure.
just blends. And for those that are watching, they may not understand.
Yeah,
So, when you play on the decks, some decks have a sync button. So when you press the sync button, the software mixes the song for you.
true.
So
Yeah,
there's,
beat. Yeah,
yeah,
the beat match. Yeah,
yeah. So now there's a bit of a debate that, DJs that do that are cheating. Some are saying no, but it's technology. We must use this technology. So what are your thoughts on that?
wow, technology, it has its pros and cons, you know. But the thing is, we just need to adjust, you know. That's the truth behind this whole thing.
Mm,
Especially with old school DJs, you know, we are strict like that, you know. Even when CD players came around, we were like, no, we don't want this, you know. And then there were USBs, you know. But sometimes I think we just need to accept reality and adjust with the times, you know, because
mm,
I think even in the future, people will be playing from their own phones, and you know,
mm,
so if we are not to adjust, because remember some of the things get outdated, you know, you
mm,
you probably won't have CD players with slots for CDs anymore. So if you are a pro CD guy, you know, it means you won't be able to play, or you'll just have to carry your own CD players with you to a gig,
mm,
you know.
mm,
So I think we just need to go with the times. It's 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 not easy to adjust at first, but in time we like even now I think we do find it a bit convenient carrying memory sticks. With four memory sticks you can have like hundreds of songs in there.
mm,
Whereby at first you used to carry a bag full of 100 CDs.
mm,
And it's all about adjusting, my brother. It's not easy, but it's doable.
mm. No, I hear
Yeah.
you. And do you think that South Africa we've got too many DJs?
Wow, there's plenty. There's plenty. I think everyone is a DJ, and some of it goes back to the technology, because it's getting easier and easier and easier. So everyone can just jump on there.
Mm,
It's got the good side and the bad side. Because
mm,
sometimes this is, if someone doesn't know what to do with their lives and they get an opportunity to become a DJ, if I
mm,
get $500 whereby I wouldn't get nothing, hence I'm saying we need to look at the good and the bad side of things.
mm,
There are too many DJs, but I think at the same time there are many gigs at the same time. Because what's nice with DJs, it's that we get slots.
mm,
You get your slot, you play, you go to another gig. And it, in a way, it gives the industry a different feel, a different energy, because one DJ plays this, the next plays that. You don't have a stagnant, because if I were to play the whole night, I would be rocking soulful house music, and the people around 11 p.m. would be like, "Eh, ntate, re batla dipiano, what's happening? Where's hip
mm,
hop?" So
mm.
I think there's space for everyone. It's a big pie. We just need to share accordingly.
Do you think that the industry will change when we go back to level one, when things go back to normal? What do you think? Do you think things will stay the same, or do you think things will change? And if things change, what do you think will change?
I think we saw a gap in the online streaming. I
Mm,
think there's a big gap there, which we didn't use that much before. I think things will in a way stay the same, but there's that added element now. So, meaning you can even do a live gig with you not even being there, people enjoying not being in the same room. There's actually a place downtown where they use headsets.
mm,
Bluetooth headsets. You go in there without headsets, everyone is bumping their head and there's no sound at all. You know,
mm,
everyone is listening through their headsets. So I think technology, it's a shift. It's a shift. And I think a shift can only be good, depending on how we look at it. If we take advantage of it, then why not? I think things will be the same, just that added advantage of that live streaming avenue.
mm. No, it's
Yeah.
interesting, man. I'm very keen to see what's gonna happen after level one of the lockdown. I
Yeah,
personally,
I just don't want to see the first weekend.
yeah.
The first weekend after being let out, like, wow.
Which
If you are a DJ and you don't have a gig that weekend, there's a problem. Maybe talk to Lohlaba or something.
which spot are you gonna go to first?
As in when the lockdown is
It's
opened.
over. Yeah.
Wow, I'm not even quite sure, because I think what's going to happen is that people are going to start planning prior to that.
Mm,
Because in a way the information gets leaked, or maybe the president announces days in advance. I
mm,
think people are going to plan. So wherever the industry takes me or calls me, if it's a viable gig, I'll surely go there, because I also can't wait to go and share what I've been cooking. People want to feel the energy, as opposed to you having to see you perform live on the live stream.
yeah.
So wherever it takes me, I'm there.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for the chat. Damn, it's 30 minutes is already passed. That's crazy.
Wow, so quick.
Yeah, yeah. Bro,
No,
tell
man.
me, like, what are your future plans, man? I know you just dropped a single,
Yeah.
moving forward for the next couple of months, what are your plans? Just, let us
Uh,
know what's popping.
I think my plan is to continue collaborating with some of the people that I have, and others as well,
Mm,
because there's no limit to this.
mm,
The plan is to drop an EP, let's say end of September. I'm
mm,
planning to drop an EP,
mhm,
and then just taking from there. I'm also planning to shoot a video for a music video for That's Why We Pray. I think Artwork as well is planning a music video shoot for Time Is Now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know. I know. Look, man, sounds amazing, bro, and good luck, man. With your
thanks,
music,
my brother.
with your projects. Yeah, I'll see you on Sunday at the event.
Sunday, sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope, and yeah, we'll talk about other stuff there. But yeah, man, thank you so much for the chat, bro. And yeah, man, how can people get hold of you?
On social media, it's on Facebook, it's Tshepo Diseko, and there's a NuTown Soul page, and then NuTown Soul, just one word, NuTown Soul, one word. And then on Instagram and Twitter, it's at NuTown Soul SA, one word. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I know, cool, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody for watching. Get his new single. It's out
Thank
right
you.
now. It's sounding very good. He's a very soulful guy, very talented, and I think he has a lot to offer the industry. And yeah, man, looking forward to more stuff from you, brother. And thank you so much for your time. And
Thank you, my brother.
all right. Sharp, ne?
Sure.
Sharp,
Thanks, my
sharp.
brother.
Bye, guys.
Sure, sure.